I'm JD. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and please hit like. It helps the YouTube algorithm and helps support my channel. So what do I have here? I have a pocket watch. Let me switch glasses here. This pocket watch is from Terry, and Terry lives in Nova Scotia, Canada, and it's a Waltham, beautiful old Waltham pocket watch, really well cased, I've got to admit. And if I look closely at the watch, it's got a couple of cracks here that you can see that are in the on the face of the watch. The hands look like to be in good condition. The watch it does set, which is nice, and I wound it up earlier so it does wind. I took a slow motion video. This is a Waltham pocket watch. It's got an engraving on the back, which means it was engraved to give to somebody as a gift. It is American Watch Company, Waltham, Massachusetts movement. It's got a very nice regulator in the back here, star regulator, and everything seems to be working. The thing is, the amplitude is a little bit low. It swings about 360 degrees. We could probably get a bit more swing out of that. Everything else seems to be in nice condition. I have not gone under the microscope yet to check the jewels to make sure that there's no issue with cracked jewels on this watch. Based on looking at it, the condition it's in, it probably doesn't have cracked jewels on it. So it's a very nice pocket watch, and there was a request for me to service this watch. Usually, just a note, usually I like servicing watches that are broken, that they're for repair. So what I can do with this watch here is it is adjusted. Let's look this watch up too. Is I can service the watch. Can I get it running better? Don't know. Hopefully it will run better after being serviced because it's been cleaned and oiled and everything else should be good on this watch. So we'll service this watch. Usually I only do repairs on watches. That way the owner doesn't go, oh my God, it was working better before, when I gave it to you. So that's always a risk when you're just servicing a watch. So I like them when they're broken. That way I can fix them. So we'll service this watch though for Terry. And it is adjusted. So I'm going to look up this watch because I don't believe it's a railroad grade. It says 17 joules, and usually railroad grades are 21 joules. But let's look this one up. So here we go with this watch, Waltham grade 630, model a 1908. So it was made in 1910, and the run quantity was 1,000, and there were 11,900 of these totally made. It's a size 16S, I thought it was. Openface, pendant, stem. It's got a church regulator, has nothing to do with religion. A Breguet hairspring. It is adjusted. It is adjusted to position, no, but it is temperature adjusted. It's not a railroad grade watch, so it's not a super high-end watch, but it's a very nice watch. One thing I find very interesting about this watch is the engraving in the back here. And it actually says Terwilliger is the engraving here. So it's, I think maybe N something Terwilliger, which might have been the name of the person who owned the watch. It also says pilot. So was this a pilot's watch? It may have been a pilot's watch. It has a few servicings here. So there's a servicing here. 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5, 6 for sure. I think 6 servicings on this watch, which is pretty cool. So it was taken care of. It is a beautiful watch. And this watch is in a Wadesworth pilot case. So this was a special case, a Wadesworth pilot case. And it's engraved NLT, which means what? No later than? No, just kidding. NLT. So NLT Terwilliger. So it's a very beautiful watch. It's a size 16 watch. Anyway, we're going to disassemble this and service it. I'm going to let this thing run down as opposed to letting the hairspring, letting the power out quickly. I'm going to let the power go down naturally on this watch. But before I do that, I will look under my stereo microscope to make sure the jewels are all in order and there's no issue there at all. So and then I will strip this down, clean it up, reassemble, test. I put it on the time grapher, and the amplitude was low on it, a bit low, not really low, but a bit low on it. The beat error was not good. The beat error was 3.5, which is, you want to get that under 1, so there's got a beat error issue on this watch. And what the beat error means is that when it swings clockwise and then counterclockwise, it's swinging, one of them is swinging more than the other. I'll say it that way. So if it's a perfect beat error, it's swinging the same amount of degrees in one direction as it is in the other direction. So that's typically a beat error. So if you looked at this watch where there's no power on the mainspring at all, you would see the pallet fork in the center. Between the banking pins, it would pretty much be centered right between the banking pins. Now there is a little bit of difference because of the direction the hairspring is wound, but you can say, okay, I want to get this pallet fork centered, and you can tell by where at rest where the pallet fork is, whether you need to move the hairspring stud left or right, or clockwise or counterclockwise, to correct the beat error. So that's going to be the tricky part in this one, is to actually adjust the beat error on the watch. And then cleaning will, of course, get it back into a good shape and ready for the next 100 years. No, just kidding. Anyway, so thanks for watching this, and we'll get at the servicing of this watch, and I'll be making a video on that one as well. So NLT was engraved in the back of this watch, and it likely stood for no later than, and not the guy's name.